Hello there, folks, and welcome to my second attempt at recording this video. Not massively happy about this. I've got a version 1 of this, and for some reason, 0 game sound has been recorded. And I'm really annoyed about it. I don't know why it's happened. It just means that I've got 2 hours plus worth of footage and zero gameplay. So I'm gonna have to do it again, which means that this is not going to be my first impressions. Not happy about that. I don't know what's happened. Don't know what's happened at all. So this is Dungeon of Dragon Knight. It is a grid-based dungeon crawler in the vein of Castle of Legend of Grimrock and Black Crypt and Eye of the Beholder and that kind of game. And having now had the opportunity really to play it for a fair chunk of time, I think actually I'm better equipped to make some recommendations and to give you some ideas. So this isn't so much a first impression as it is it's not a walkthrough or a guide. The first thing that I would recommend is that you actually put it down on easy. Because the hunger mechanic is, quite frankly, a little bit faffy. And as far as I can tell, I mean, there might be an achievement for completing the game on normal or hard. Finish 3 levels in old school mode. First time finish the game. Loads of hidden achievements. Let's see if we can unhide those hidden achievements. Quit tavern without spending a penny. Finish first level. Dungeon map master is going to be filling out the map. Yeah, there's no. It doesn't look like there's a difficulty based achievement. So yeah, I mean, if you want the hunger mechanic, then by all means put it on normal. I don't know what it does on hard. Hunger and hard monsters. Less hunger. I don't know about less hunger. It seemed to be quite frustrating. But anyway, for your first run through, I recommend an easy mode. And then you get to create your own party. Now, my first playthrough of this, I created a cleric, a fighter, a rogue, no, a ranger, and a wizard. And I was doing all right, but I discovered that cleric in this game, because it doesn't give you any class descriptions. It does, but not if it's already selected. Interesting, it actually didn't do that for me before. So anyway, you want 2 characters that can go on the front row. So you've got your fighter, which is your leader, master of weapons and armors. Special skill is Blade Storm, attacking enemies around, can wear heavy armor and use weapons. You've got your ranger, which has got kind of a special thrusty attack. You've got your warlord, which I've used the warlord, and it has access to spirit magic. So it's almost like a paladin, but I can't say I particularly liked it. You've got your wizard, which very much like, you know, Grimrock, has got a variety of different things. So for this playthrough, I'm going to go with a fighter, a ranger, a wizard, and a cleric. Okay. There we have our team. We've got Runetek, the fighter, who is a specialist in heavy weapons and will be doing a lot of damage from the outset. We've got Oakraven, the elf ranger, who is, again, an expert in light weapons and will be doing a lot of damage from the outset. As soon as we get him up to level 5 in light weapons, I'm going to swap over to lighter armor and then crit. We have got Kaelik, the human cleric, who is... I've taken praying because regenerating MP is quite important. And of course, life magic. He's going to be the party's main healer to keep them alive. And we've got Dverga, the human wizard. You'll notice that I've gone for humans for most of these characters. It's because you get extra, you can get more skill points for being a human. The stat boosts that the other races get, alright, if you like that kind of diversity. Doesn't really make a huge amount of difference to me. So we've gone for arcane magic because colour spray is a bit of a beast at level 1. But also because at level 3 we'll be able to get torchlights, which is very, very useful. And at level 4 we'll get create portal, which will allow us to go back to town whenever we want. And again, concentration, more magic, faster MP regeneration when we are resting. So, inwards we go. Hex Game Studio.
Somehow, you and your expedition team went deep in the forest. You were exhausted after being lost for a long time. But there was no way to get out of this dead place.
They're always dead
When
places.
everyone was desperate, a woman appeared in front of you. She told you that the house she lived was not far from here, where she could offer food and shelter to everyone.
The house she lived.
The house was absolutely so simple that it seemed to be the entrance to a cave. But when you wanted to find this woman, she disappeared. You could no longer move forward. The team decided to rest here.
Yeah, they haven't got
However,
a professional voice actor for
When
this.
you pushed the door into the house, you realized that things were not what you thought they were.
It was in fact a cave. Dungeon of Dragon Knights. It strikes me that it's a little bit questionable in terms of translation, but whatever. It's cheap, and the fun of these kind of games is not so much the story and the voice acting, but the exploration, the finding of secrets, and so on and so forth.
Greetings, my friends. My name is Rula.
Hello, Rula.
I'm so sorry to put you in this situation, but I don't have any other choice since I am not strong enough to save the world by myself. The situation is very dire indeed.
Oh joy.
In the depths of this dungeon, there is a fallen dragon knight, Samhain. He has a powerful magical orb, which is capable of opening the gates of hell. I fear he will use it to summon forth demons in an attempt to destroy the world, and I'm afraid I must ask you to stop him. Alas, Samhain's magic has sealed away my own, so I cannot aid you in battle. However, to help you as best as I can, I will provide weapons, armor, and other items to you. With your help, I believe we can save our world. Whenever you find a portal in the dungeon, it will take you back to my hideout.
That's handy.
In case you need to rest or purchase new equipment. Use the items you find in the dungeon to aid you in your quest, my heroes. I beg you, help me in saving this world. Please defeat Samhain and retrieve his magical orb before it's too late.
Okay. So you should just have seen my actual first reaction to the opening video. And hopefully I'll remember to put some sound in over it, because the voice acting is truly something special. So here we are. We are in. Oh, I mean, this is clearly not a dungeon. Search the wall carefully. First of all, let's grab a torch. Now, which wall is it that we needed to look at? It's this one. Just like in typical dungeon crawlers, there's a particular button hidden in various places. Now this one has some food and a sword that we can pick up, which is quite handy. Missile weapons, obviously you want to be equipping to your back row characters. Gold. You can click on the center of the screen to automatically attack, but it doesn't automatically cast spells. It's just for attacking. Leave that torch there. Torches will burn indefinitely unless you pick them up. In which case, they will start... they will start burning down. I can't remember, actually. It's been quite some time since I've played this first level. So we've got the ranger with a sword. We've got the fighter with a club. We've got an auto map feature, which is very, very handy by pressing tab. You can bring up your inventory with C. Some food. Search the wall carefully. First scroll. That is the healing spell. You don't actually need to have collected the... Don't need to have collected the scroll to actually use the spell. Which is nice. There are quite a lot of secret places. In this game. They're hidden everywhere. There are secret buttons. There are breakable walls as well, which is a nice little change to the norm. Lock. Right, that paper. Put something on it. So that's introducing us to the fact that there are traps. Those are chili peppers. They are a food item which weirdly decreases our HP. Now, whilst we are playing with hunger off and therefore our food bar is never going to deplete, the hunger mechanic, the food that you can get from it, is actually really good to pick up because you can sell it for cash. That's a key. That's going to open that door. Not entirely sure why that counts as a secret place, but it does. Have a rock. Right. It's that one. So health potions and mana potions are the colours you would expect. That's a torchlight scroll, so that's useful for the wizard. Again, we can already cast that. Casting is a little bit finicky. You have to left-click the spellbook. Left-click the spellbook. Select the spell that you want using a combination of runes. If you screw it up, you have to right-click. Don't have enough skill level. We don't have enough skill level because it's a level 2. Rather, a level 3. Oh, darn. Left-click to change your spell. Right-click to use it. So that teleports us back here anyway. And that enables us to get quickly to this door. Again, pick up any food you find because you can sell it. Or, if you're playing on normal with the hunger mechanic on... Whoa! If you're playing on normal with the hunger mechanic on, then you can... That's a wizard spell. Which, again, you can't use unless you... So, as long as you've got the prerequisite skill, you can use the spells before you get the scrolls. But if you haven't got this... If you've got the scroll but not the skill level, you can't use it. Ooh. I like to actually use the letter. Right, I'm just going to fill out. You actually have to walk into those. Which, again, there are some little foibles in this game that are just a little, they're a bit weird, shall we say, on the design choices side. Oh no, an ooze! And a rat! Sometimes it'll leave something behind. Some remains. Those remains are just cash, usually. But are sometimes food as well. So yeah, in terms of combat, you can right-click the weapon that you want to use, which I would actually recommend doing if the fight isn't particularly... it rather is particularly hectic, you know, if it's early on and you don't have much in the way of power. What you've got in the top right here, and I didn't realise this for quite some time, this is your special attack. So you've got your normal attacks with your hands, and then you've got your special attack. So your ranger will do its kind of stabby, high-powered attack. And if you've got 2 melee weapons equipped, that will do quite a lot of damage. And this is your fighter's whirlwind attack, which is different, again, from the normal swipe. It's up to you what you want to use. Obviously, if you've got multiple enemies surrounding you, your fighter's whirlwind attack is a good one to go with. Arrows auto-equip. Colour spray. No, that's a wizard magic. It should be noted that on the where is it? Oh, it's not that. On the in the guides, there is a rather nice spell list here. So you can keep that open, and it will show you all the different rune combinations. So realistically, you don't need to keep the scrolls in your inventory, as I have tended to do. Another arrow. Again, arrows can be equipped in this kind of, I don't know what to call it, quick item or ranged item slot. But it's surprisingly easy to lose them. Okay, and this takes us back round in a big loop. Let's show you the town. It's not much of a town, it has to be said. It is literally this screen.
Gold bag cannot protect you.
Now, because we are not using the hunger system, any food that you get, you can just happily sell. Now, that puts it into your... I'm assuming this is a stash. None of these things are labelled. And then we can sell all of those for 776 gold pieces. At the start of the game, equipment tends to be on the expensive side. You can heal your characters with that. That will include bringing them back from the dead. And then you can quit the tavern and return to the main game. For some reason, the directional keys show up every time you do that. Right, down here. I think that whirlwind attack has a high probability chance of missing. Some more sausages. Some bread. Again, just Doing what we always do in these kinds of games, just filling out the corners of the map. Looking around for levers or switches. You found a secret place. Now, pressing this button here, F5 to save your game, F9 to quick load it. Down here, there is some fun. And I use the word fun quite loosely. Round the corner here. Zero damage. 0 damage. I do not have enough mana. Ah. There we go. Yeah, surprise tough enemy. On normal, obviously, especially if you're not used to the game's systems, he hits really, really hard. So if you've got a cleric and you want to heal, it's just the green rune. It is an AoE heal. And the more points you have got in life magic, the more healing it does. So, whilst you can cast offensive spells with your cleric as well, it doesn't have many options, sadly, for ranged attack from the back. It can lob rocks, but that kind of seems to be about it. Nice. As I said, walking over things tends to equip them in the right place. Generally. But it's not 100%. Sometimes it will just stick them where it wants. And that is the end of the first level. Entrances and exits for a level are marked on the map with an E. And they look like this, which is delightful. Let's go down. There is a loading screen in between them. The game is made in Unity, so Unity's a bit of a weird engine. What was this? Spirit Bolt. We don't yet have. Right, going up and down ladders is a weird one. If there's one level, it's not bad. If there's multiple levels, there doesn't seem to be a way of going down 2 levels of a ladder. Hello, slime. Zero. So yeah, that green blobby bit was the thing it left over. Right, picking up healing potions, mana potions when you find them, very useful. You won't need to use any more than these tiny ones for a good chunk of time. Because they heal for quite a chunk. You'll get bigger potions fairly early on, but there's very little point using them. Because it's kind of a waste. Right, let's get some equipment. Equipment auto-equips, which is nice. The necklace that we pick up there adds strength, which is kind of handy. One thing I do like is the utilization of C as your character panel. You can also just press the number keys and they will bring up the different numbered characters as well. Face the death. Right, this is my first big critique. Still hit me. Second big critique is that not having enough mana to use something still puts you on cooldown. And that kind of bugs me. And in fact, if you've got some mana but not quite enough mana, it will actually reduce your mana ever so slightly. Either way, our wizard has leveled up. So we're going to give him some more intelligence, because more intelligence equals more stuff. We're also going to increase arcane magic. We'll now be able to create torch lights. So we don't need to worry about running out of lights. The gold rewards seem to be very, very random. Like really, really just random amounts. Right. Now, if you see a chest like this that looks kind of battered, chuck a rock at it. It's a trap. See what I mean about big health potions already? Now, sometimes the chests aren't chests. Sometimes they're mimics. I can't remember where the first mimic in the game is. Right, these rats are quite nasty. Beetles, not so much. There are a lot of skittering sound effects. Yeah, those beady-eyed rats are quite nasty. I don't like them. Right, that's a ladder. Where did this take us? Ooh. People have leveled up. Let's level up. Right, we are the fighter. Let's have some more damage to start us off with. And let's start increasing. At level 4, you can do backstab. Let's start out on our crit route. I don't know whether... It says dexterity provides you defense against physical attacks. It doesn't say that rangers get a bonus to damage through that. Either way, maxing out light weapon. Naturally, we're having more wisdom as the cleric. And we are going to want more life magic. I want to get us up to a reasonable healing state. Which I haven't on previous playthroughs, or previous attempted playthroughs, shall we say. Oh no, poison. Arrows there. Ah. Was there anything hidden in here? I can't remember. I said I haven't. I've had a couple of plays of this, but nothing major. So this is once again a room that will take us back. Ah. So this rough mace does 1d10, whereas this bone hammer does 1d8. Hammers and maces are different in this. The ranger can't use them. The ranger can use bows and knives and swords. There are also shields, but again, only the fighter can use them.
Gold bag cannot protect you.
Now, already, you'll see that new items have become available for purchase in the store. We don't really have enough money for any of them yet. They've gone for the kind of different coloured names for items and for their different worths. But you'll notice that they are really, really expensive. And that is very much a gripe of mine. Rough sword. Or a short sword. We've almost got enough money for the short sword. And a normal mace. So yeah, we'll keep on coming back. As I said, we can come back to the tavern whenever we want. Because I've got that town portal skill. Right, onwards. Oh no! Slimes! Oof! I don't have enough mana! Wow. As I said, definitely easier on easy. But once you've had I'm assuming that once you've had a playthrough of the game and you've got used to the systems, or maybe you've just got this far and thought, oh, this is too easy. This is lacking in fun. You might save the game and then and start again, having a better understanding of how the game works. Because as I said, character creation doesn't really help you out in that regard. You can press R to rest and regain mana. And again, if you've got the hunger system on, then it stops you resting. Speaking of things that stop you resting. If you see a suspicious looking chest, then it might be worth chucking a rock at it. A golden key. How handy. You like that map? So we have a golden key. Now these golden keys fit in specific sides. Let's regen. There are a surprising number of rocks available for you. And as I said, there are also fake walls. Oh yeah, this corridor. This is why there were a load of rocks. Do. Ah. There's also randomly a bit and piece. Right, this we just picked up here is a holy symbol. It's a melee weapon, but it gives you +2 wisdom. So it's worth having in your offhand. Another throwing star. I think that stops eventually. Chuck stuff on the pressure plates to get pits closed and so on and so forth. Nothing particularly new or original with that. Come back to that room in a second. Don't pick up the rock and then try and go back. Right, a second bow. As I said, rangers are the only characters that can use them. So... But as far as I can tell, rangers are the only characters that can use them. My other characters can't. My wizard can't. Maybe fighters can as well? That's possible. Right, we've got a locked door there, which we can't get over. And we've got a lot of... pits. Boom. Oh, yeah, we need to put something on that. How did we get... oh, this lever. Which raises that behind us. Nothing hidden there. That's opened this door. A note. Throw. And that blew up the chest and revealed something behind it, which, weird enough, oops, did not blow up. Did I randomly... Yeah, I did. See what I mean about the auto inventory not necessarily helping when it comes to stacking things up particularly well. It's quite easy to get lost on this map as well. Right. Another... trap corridor. Let's heal up. Yeah, it only does it once. Bless. Right. Bless gives you a buff, as you could expect. It doesn't anywhere, as far as I can see, tell you what the buff is. But it does give you a buff. But I don't... What do I need for Bless? It's spirit magic, isn't it? Yeah. So I don't know what the Bless buff actually does. It doesn't last very long. That much I will say. Excuse me. Oh, look! Slash. Yum, yum, yum. As I said, the monsters are definitely easier on easy, which is... It sounds obvious. It sounds like, oh, well, surely that's what you'd expect. And yes, that is kind of the point. But in a game like this, which is more puzzly, I've never seen anything particularly wrong with, you know, having to go on easy. And it's not that they're super easy in comparison. It's just that I've got a better understanding of how the game works than I did on my very first attempt. Plus, these are the introductory levels. They're not supposed to be super challenging. Into the dark. There's a secret there. Gives us an extra arrow. But also a noble cloak, which gives us extra charisma. Charisma, with there being no bard or anything in the game, charisma's a bit of a weird stat. That's how we do the town portal. And this is how we do create food. I can stick those in my stash because I've basically had to memorize those from having a go at the normal difficulty. Just... There we go. Is that the whole room mapped out? No. A letter. What's on the letter? I am into the dark, but I do not know how long I can go. The game is made by a Chinese developer, and you can tell from the just general voice acting and stuff. It's not great. You can actually put... Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. That's a toggle switch. A noble's jacket. Another rock. The shuriken. Another shuriken. There are a lot of rocks. You generally don't need to worry about running out of rocks or items to put on things. They are everywhere. If you need one to solve a puzzle, then chances are there's one nearby. I think that was just designed to catch us out if we were moving down that corridor particularly swiftly. Or maybe there are some enemies that we can catch in it. Boots. The tile sets are kind of as you would expect. You know, they're nothing super imaginative. Right, now I'm sure there was something in here. Ah, no. It's that we want. found a secret place. We found another secret place, and this is a breakable wall. And inside here is a new sword. It's a normal sword, which does 2d8 damage, as opposed to our rough sword, which only does 1d6. So we've now got... Can fighters use arrows? Yeah, they can. But none of my back row characters can. So our range is limited, but we've got quite a lot of upfront and personal damage. Oh no! Hwah! Just like that. Oh, and we've got some level ups. Even better. Right, let's get some more wisdom. Let's get more life magic, because I do want to get resurrection at level 5. You are going to get more arcane for create portal, which again, it buffs up. Well, it decreases the mana cost of all spells by 5% for each point. So we've currently got 20% reduction. And we'll get resist all magic at level 5. So there'll be 25% reduction in mana costs. That will be huge over the... Whoa! Yeah, I remembered this time. There's a pressure plate there, just next to this lever. And it starts a timer for this shooter thing, as well as opens this door. You can get in there and... I mean, that opens the gate backwards, but you don't actually have time to retreat through the gate. But either way, you should be. Ooh, that looks fake. A lot of the fake walls and the switches and stuff are actually reasonably visible from a distance. But you see what I'm saying about there being quite a lot of hidden walls and stuff to discover. Somebody's going to have a lot of fun, I think, mapping out this game. With its ever-burning torches. Oh! Who's that? Oh, shit, there's a beetle. Beetle is power! Ah, 0. There we go. Grab our stuff again. Some more level ups. We've also got this key. We like keys. Right, let's give you some more strength. And what did I say we were going to go for after we got light weapon? Was it armor because we're on the front line? Or was it critical? Let's go with critical. We can always get more defense later when we get to the point of needing it. You can have a nice round 20 strength. You were also going for critical. And let's rest up. And I think that's going to do it for this first episode of Demajen Plays, Demajen Tries, whatever I end up deciding to call it, Demajen Dungeon Crawls. That would be nice and alliterative. So that's our first look at Dungeon of Dragon Knight. It's not a terrible game. It's clearly an indie title. It's clearly quite budget, especially when it comes to some of the enemy models. There's a certain kind of plasticky look to them that makes them stand out. It's almost like they're not getting lit properly by the environment. But as a small, I think there were like 5 people on the dev team, so it's a tiny endeavour. The map system works great. You've got map pins that you can use to highlight different areas, different things that you might want to come back to. There's a puzzle later on that stumped me for a long time. I'm talking over an hour-long time, to the extent that actually I had to post on the Steam forums because I thought it might be bugged. And if you've got puzzles like that are just a little bit too obtuse, don't know, I haven't played any further than that. I tried out the solution that somebody offered on the forums, and it does work, so I can now get past it. Yeah. A little bit suspicious about that. I'm going to go and see whether this has finally recorded the audio properly, and catch you all in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.
Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button and subscribe. Remember to ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, toodle pip.